Hi, in this video lecture, we're going to discuss a very commonly asked interview question, which is reversing the individual words of a string. Let's take this example string input, which has multiple words, and the data is programming with Sikandar. You need to take this first word, reverse all the characters of the first word, then take the second word, reverse all the characters of the second word, take the third word, reverse all the characters in the of this particular word. So the expected output should be like GNIMMARGORP, which is completely the reverse of this particular word. Then take the second word and reverse it, which is it is HTIW. And then here Sikandar becomes Rednakis. So this particular problem can be solved in multiple ways. One of the ways is using a data structure called a stack. The other one is without using a data structure stack. Now, first I'll try to do it without using the stack data structure, and then we will try to solve the same problem using stack data structure. I'll be using two platforms to solve this program. One is the Google Colab, and later on, I'll take the same program and I'll be using this Python tutor and demonstrate the same thing by visualization. Now, let me just capture this particular string literal into a variable called as data. So I have a data out here. Now, the next thing what we'll try to do it is, I need to split the string into multiple words. Like programming is one word, with is another word, second is another word. To split this, what we'll try to do it is, we will try to take the help of data dot split. Okay, so this will basically give me a list of strings, and I will capture that into a variable called as words, and I'd like to print words here. So you can just observe this was one string, but after split, I'll be getting a list wherein every element is one word of that particular string. Now, I'd like to traverse element by element from this particular list of strings. Okay, so we can just write for word in words. So this will give me one word at a time. And when I access the individual word, if I just try to print like this, it's going to print the word like in the same order, like programming, then with, then Sikandar. But I don't want to print the word in the same order. I would like to reverse it. So to reverse this, one of the ways is we can just use the slicing, and I want to access from first character to the last character, but in reverse order. I'll just specify the step value as -1. Okay. So this will basically reverse individual words. But yes, I don't want to get each word in a separate line. I'd like to get all the words in a single line. So there is a parameter called as end. And also one more thing is I would like to have a space between each of the words. So for that particular purpose, I'm just using this end equal to space here. And you can just observe, we get the required output here. Now, the same thing, I'd like to take this into Python tutor. I'll just get into this Python tutor, and then I'd like to select the languages Python. Put this code here, this is the data, and there is no need for me to print individual words because I could actually observe that in the visualization. And then this particular one is quite simple here. I'd like to click on visualize. So please do observe, data is one string, and when you try to split, you just observe we got a list with multi-words, and then in each iteration word will be one entry of the list, and we were trying to reverse of this and then print this. Again, take the next word, reverse and print it, take the next word, reverse and print it. Okay, so I hope this particular concept is clear. Now, many a times they'll also tell you to solve this particular program using a stack. Okay, so let us see how do we solve this particular problem using a stack. The simple logic for this is when you are given the string out here, the data, you can start from the first character and then traverse individual characters from this. And whenever you get a non-space character, keep putting into a stack. A stack is a data structure wherein a new element is inserted on top of the stack, and while deleting, the topmost element will be deleted. We do not have a built-in data structure called as stack in Python. We will just try to take the help of a list itself, and we'll be using the functions which are provided, which is append to add a new element at the end and pop to remove the element from the last. We'll try to use that as a stack. So, okay. So when I encounter this P, I need to put that into a stack. When I encounter R, I need to put that into a stack. But once you encounter a space, you need to pop out all the elements from the stack. You need to pop out all the elements from the stack. Fine. So let us try to, okay, first create a list, and I'll just try to name that list as a stack. After that, I'd like to write a code to traverse all the characters for C in data. So C will be P for the first time, then R, then O. It goes on all the way till the last character, which is R. So I'd like to verify if C is space. So when I use space, what happens is you go to check out for a tab as well as the space character, as well as new line character. So if it is space, what I'd like to do? I'd like to pop all the elements from the stack. Okay, so to pop out all the elements from the stack, remember this is actually a list. If I want, I can print all the elements, but what I'd like to do it is I'd like to work as if like I'm working with the stack, okay, which will be useful in case you want to work in other languages like C++. So I'll just try to use while. We'll just say as long as there is element in the stack. How do I check if there are elements in the stack? By checking the length. As long as the length is not equal to 0, I would like to keep popping out the element. And how do I pop out the element? I can use stack object dot pop. This will remove the last element, and this element I like to print. Okay, but what happens if it is not a space? If it is not a space, I would like to just add that at the end, right? This is a very simple one. Let me try to run this particular program, wherein first I've initialized this. I'd like to run this, and I'd like to observe what is happening. So you can just see GNIMMARGORP, then HTIW. Fine. So I'm getting the output, but yes, it is stopping at the second last word. It is not printing the last word. That's one of the problems. The other problem is it is printing one character in a line. I don't want to print one character in a line. I'd like to print all the characters in the same line. So for that, here, I'll just write n equal to, remember, I'm not even giving a space because I don't want a space between the alphabets. So here you can just observe getting this programming. If you can just read it from here, it is programming with. But I would like to also get a space after each word. So once I complete this while loop, I just try to print a space. Okay. Yeah, but this will print a space as well as a new line. I would like to say, no, I just want only the space. Okay, I don't want a new line. So I'll just say end equal to a space. With this particular thing, what we can observe is, we can see it is getting this first word in the reverse order, second word in the reverse order. But why is it not printing the last word? Is the last word not inserted in the stack or not? Okay. To observe that, I'll just try to take this particular code. I'll just try to go to this particular place, and I will be sharing or placing this particular code here, and I'd like to understand. Okay. I guess debugging step by step takes a lot of time out here. So let's start quickly. Let us try to see data, perfect, stack. You can just observe PROGRAMMING. After that, once I encounter space, one by one, all the elements will be popped out. Okay. So when I say popped out, last element out here, G will be popped out and printed. And you can just see one by one, the elements are getting removed from the list. Okay. In the reverse order of insertion. Perfect. Okay. Then what happens? We are printing the space, and then we are trying to put this with, and then we can See, that is also fine. After that, when I come across the last word, you can just observe we are placing the last word in the string, sorry, in the stack. After that, once you reach the end of this, you're coming out of the loop. You're basically coming out of the loop. So when I come out of the loop, I still have the last word in the stack which I need to print. So for that particular purpose, what I can do out here is I would like to take this particular code snippet and I need to repeat this outside the loop. Why is this? This is for the last word. This is to bring the last word. Okay, right. Now let's try to run this particular thing out here. It basically says that end. Okay, so this one should be here. Okay. And I'm just trying to run the entire thing at once. You can just observe. We are able to see that each of the individual words is okay reversed. Okay, this is a simple problem, and in the next video lecture I'll try to solve the same problem using C++ STL stack. Thank you.